Gabe and I is about to get started up. We got 3 trees here on this property we're gonna take down. We're gonna take down this hackberry and those 2 sweet gums over there. They're fixing to rework this yard over here because it's got some holes and everything else in it, so they're going to do some field work in here. This is not a stump grinding, it's a full cleanup. But this is how I set my lift up, my lift basket. I had some people ask about that, wanting to see how I do it, and I have kind of refined this thing from when I started with it to where I am now. And this is the current setup on what I'm using now, and it works very, very well. So I'm just going to kind of go over things. You see the hand saw right here, Gabe, how I got it mounted right there. See that? That's a Silky hand saw. I got it mounted right here with zip ties where I can grab it real quick if I need to. First thing is the Klein lineman bag. Got it. I keep extra saw gas and oil in these MSR cans. They're both in there. Plus, there I keep an extra battery in there. Go take that one and swap that one. That's a 200. That one's actually going to go with the pole saw. Grab me one that's got a 200X on it and bring it back. We'll climb up in the basket and I'll show you that. I got 2 of these scabbards right here. As far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, these are the best scabbards to buy. They last really good and they're good. I did have them both on the outside. That's one of the things I refined. I moved that one to the inside of the basket in the corner right there. Like that a lot better. And then this is where I keep the big saw. I do keep it on the outside right there. My Yeti water jug holder is mounted to this aluminum plate right there. Got my rope bag in here. Throw it once I get up there in the tree. I'll throw it out. These are my extra bridges for the Speedline racks. We'll get into that here in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and set these over here on the machine because we'll be Speedlining back to the machine, and that way Gabe will have these and he can just reclip the straps back into it. Probably not going to really Speedline anything out of this hackberry, but those 2 gums down there will Speedline the entire trees out of them. I keep just a regular strap right here to clip into if I need something for whatever reason. Like I'll take and move this over here to where if I'm Speedlining and I want to clip it into it real quick just to kind of hold it, I can do that. We'll get in the basket. There you go. So in the bag I also have a scrunch in here. I have a small screwdriver to adjust the carburetor if I need to do that. And I also have this Stern telescoping hook. It'll telescope on out where I can grab ropes. That thing's handy as heck because I don't have to swing it all the way over the rope sometimes. These are my Speedlines. You see they hook right onto the Klein hook right there. Fits it perfect. Just worked out that way. So I put, these are 24 40-inch straps, and that's 12 26-inch straps. So I keep them right there like that so they're out of my way. And in the bag right here on the outside of it. And then here is my safety, which it goes like this on the outside. I just put it right there when I'm traveling, and then I connect into my D-ring right here. I've got a full body harness, but I generally wear this Petzl saddle. That's what I wear. So why not bring it up through there? Well, if the basket broke off, then you would be caught between, the basket would be between you and the lift. You see what I'm saying? So the basket would hang against you. So you'd have all this weight in this basket hanging on you. And if you go on the outside of it right there and you clip, the basket breaks, falls, you're just dangling off the end of the jib right there. Basket goes to the ground is what it does. So yeah, you ready to go, Gay? Yeah, we're gonna put the outriggers down. And anchored up. Got that right there by the fence. I'll do a video on how to set these things up as far as in relation to where you're gonna work at, because that's kind of a interesting deal. It takes you a little while to figure that out, as to how to set up to where I would say get the best bang for your buck kind of deal, where you can work everything. So I'm gonna go over here and just wreck this one out real quick, get it done. So that's how I do my basket. Kevin and I were gonna go today and do some mega pruning on a massive oak tree that's overhanging a church that's messing the roof up. And today just has not been a day. It's rained during the night last night. Had some heavy rain this morning too. So we've got everything ready to go. It's actually still spitting a little rain right now. Had Minnie on the truck, dump trailer sitting right here. But that's how I set my basket up. On this one here, you see I've got 2 holes right there. That's to help kick some of the sawdust out that gets in there. But you still got to take and dump this basket every now and then. These CMC lifts have a dump feature on them where you can turn the basket all the way over and dump it out. And there were some people say you're gonna get failed on your inspection on that or whatever. No, that's not true. It always gets me, the people who say this and say that. So Eric Jack came down out of Pennsylvania last Friday, a week ago yesterday, and did the inspection on my lift and on Rook's lift both. We had them together. Those of y'all who follow me on Instagram, I've seen them together there while we did it, because he worked my lift and Rook's lift vice versa from each lift, because he took and cleaned all the grease off the upper sections and the lower sections, and then re-put a dry moly lube grease on it, which I like it a lot better. It did have like a red type grease on the boom sections, and so sawdust is sticking to it. And also him and his son, they took and brake cleaned and wiped every bit of that stuff off and put the dry moly lube on there. So now it's a gray shade on it when you extend out. And it's you can feel the difference on it when the telescopes are coming in and out on this thing. But so that has no bearing on the basket at all. So that was fine there. One comment that I get from time to time, a good bit, and I think it's people that don't run and do aerial stuff. They say they do, but I don't think they do a lot. Because if they did, they would not be saying this. And here it is. They say, the only problem I have with you doing what you're doing is you don't tether your saw back to the basket. I do not want my saw tethered to the basket. No way, no how. If something happens, I want that saw to go all the way to the ground. Because if you say you're cutting a chunk or something, and you do miscut it, and the chunk grabs the saw, say that chunk's 400 or 500 pounds, the basket and the machine's only rated for 500. Well, a lot of times when I get in there with me, I weigh about 175. My saws, my ropes, water jug, everything in there, well over 200 pounds, probably 250, 260 pounds, because I'm gonna have a big saw, battery saw, water jug, my climb bag up there, all those straps is a lot of weight. And then my rope bag with the rope in it probably weighs, gosh, with 200 foot of 1/2 inch rope, it's gonna be, I don't know, 30 pounds or so, probably, maybe a little bit more than that. They're pretty heavy, especially if they got a little bit of moisture in there, even heavier than that. But I want that thing to go to the ground. This machine costs over $200,000, and if the saw's got to go, I want the saw to go. I don't want it attached anywhere on this. This basket costs $3,000 is what that basket costs. And I don't want nothing pulling on it, because it's nothing to this stuff, man. It's just aluminum here on the bottom, and it would take nothing to bend this stuff. If you make your cuts right, you should never have a problem with, you know, something grabbing a saw. You can do so much with these things, it's mind-boggling. And you can do it so fast. If you've got one good ground guy and you know, in the basket right here, you can mop up some money. I'm telling you, you can waylay it out. So that job you just watched, I've got a full video on it that I'll show the rest of it later. Gabe and I had the hackberry down in 30 minutes from the time I started. So I made the first cut at like a little after 8 yesterday morning. And we got the hackberry down, and we had both sweet gums down from the top down all the way down, and everything cleaned up at 11:30 yesterday. And we were rolling, moving things back to the house. Just Gabe and I, and that's it. I mean, full rake job, whole 9 yards. Of course, I'm using that big rake on the Mini to rake it up, but you can't beat these things right here. They're costly, but you'll make your money back so fast on these things. Hope that helps. It's a good idea to share things like that. I've been asked about it, and it really helps because it helps you. It may help you refine things, and then, you know, that's the reason why I get out and go visit people so much, because I may see something that helps me and it'll help refine me on the way that I'm doing stuff. But I will do a video, like I said in the beginning of this one, on how to set the machine up in relation to where you're going to work, because that's a trick right there to do that, to make sure that you maximize all your reach for where you're going to end up being at. So hope y'all have a great day today. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.